Well, that was a 5-second fix. So I just disconnected. Oh, what did I throw it? I just disconnected this from the connector here, which goes to the, because that's where the other thing goes. And none of this makes sense, but it makes sense to me. So this wire here went to connect to the EL wire that runs around the outside, and that's already, the connector's already there on the only connector I removed is on this guy, and I'm gonna leave him off and see if this thing actually diminishes. See, because I'll have to solder the connector back onto this guy if this doesn't work. I'm hoping this one EL wire is not going to make or break the situation. I will see right now when I plug it in with the lights dim. Oh, they still dim. Not as much, but they still dim. You can see the EL, because let me turn that off and turn this off. There's no EL wire on here right now because it's not plugged in, but that's still pretty bright. So I'm thinking, let's see what happens when I put this on top. Well, they're not flickering. I'll say that. They're not flickering. If you go up, all the way up, they are not flickering now. So I think I'm going to leave it as is, because having one light coming off of here, if it gets too bad, then I will remove the other guy that's in there. Right now, that's not bad. Right now it's built into here, this thing that I did for this level here. It's actually right there, and the wire comes up and it goes up to here. So for me to get that out, it's actually a physical rebuild of the bottom to take it out. And I got enough to do. So I'm not noticing the lights flickering. So I think I have it now. So this thing is going to connect to the old-fashioned way, to the diamond, going right back to the 120 EL wall wart, 120 volts to whatever the EL takes. Because of course I would have to change all the landing pads too, and the stuff inside there. So I'm not going to bother. I think this is good. So just denied. If I knew more about amperage and electronics, I could actually figure out how much these things draw. I know it's 3 volts, but I'm sure it's a lot more amps than the Life Lights takes. And I think that's what the whole issue was in the first place. So for the show in Montreal, I'm just going to use my wiring harness that I've used before, which is a bit of a pain. And I found out, can't remember where we were, that half the tower was not lit. So I'm going to see about that, because this is obviously going to work. And we'll go from there. So a nice short video for a change. I'm good. How are you? I will say that I'm going to turn off my soldering iron because I don't need it right now. I will say that this, again, it comes down to time, money, and space. Money is not an object too much. I mean, money is always an object, but money for this is not an object. It's not a pressure point, because I'm not spending a lot of money on it. So I have everything I need, which is I think I talked about this already. People want these parts, and I have parts to sell, so I have no problem doing that. So money, I can get it if I need it, or even if I want it, because I do want to start like downsizing, as I said before. So I should have 2 of these now, because I removed 2 of them. Oh, there it is. So these are the 2 I removed. I'm gonna keep them with the wires on them for the if I want to power something else later. that's fine. I don't want to lose these things because these things are rare now. So I'm going to put that back in my Lights bag of parts, which I got in here. A bunch of basic kits and advanced kits that I haven't used yet. So the money is not the issue for this specific thing. Money is always an issue. I mean, because we don't have lots. most of the people that I know, we have to work. So we're not billionaires that, I'm not going to go off some political rant right now. So it comes down to space and time. Space I can deal with because, again, I work on a part at a time, and the dust gets a little messy after a while. And this is from the rebuild, by the way. So I took all these pieces out of here, actually, and I made it a little more solid because, so here's the thing, to go off on this quick tangent to keep this longer than 5 minutes. In universe, years ago, I built doorways and access ways for the minifigs to get around. And so at every one of these junction points, every one of these corners, because this is where the tubes go, the trans dark blue tubes they go all the way through the entire layout the entire tower is held up by those tubes, by the way. So the tubes go all the way through from the top down to the bottom because there's the elevators, quote unquote. They're the lift, they're the turbo lifts, whatever you want to call them in universe, whatever. And so I had doorways here and here, like all four corners had doorways. And if you build doorways, that's less Lego for structure. So what was happening is that this thing was always breaking right here in the middle because it just has the solid ring around the top and a solid ring on the bottom, and then doorways in the middle section, which is not solid. So I said, nobody sees it. And so I remember building this thing, or starting to build this thing years and years and years ago. And I said, in universe, the minifigs have to be able to get around. Like, even as I said in the observation deck. But behind these blue guys, these solid blue panels, it's solid because I needed the strength to the actual observation deck. Now, when you're looking at it, you think the minifigs can move all the way around in the universe. No, they can't because there's a solid wall right there. So, but shh, don't tell anybody. And so I filled in the doorways here. I just rebuilt them solid brick. So I got rid of all these little pieces that look pretty but don't have a lot of strength, and looking pretty in this thing where literally nobody can see it. Now, I will tell you what's going to happen at Brickomania, that my friend David's going to come up and say, how did the minifigs get into the turbo lift? Because they're blocked now. He's going to say it. Thanks, Dave. I predicted it. And if he doesn't say it, Jeff will. C'est la vie. So in universe, I am focusing a little less on in universe and a little more on, I have to set this thing up 4 or 5 times a year, and I don't want it to break as much. Now, to be said, it hasn't broken a lot, which is great for me, but I'm going to be taking out the base pretty soon of the tower, and that's going to need extensive reworking because it breaks all the time. So that's what I'm working on right now. This is fine. This is still puttering through off the 120 volt to 3 volt converters from Rob Hendricks life lights, and I cannot complain about that at all. I have to now make sure that the diamond is going to light up because it didn't last time. Half of it didn't light up. And so I have to figure that out. I do remember I did build that little bit of an extender to get past that new level that I built. And I think that's the culprit as to why half the tower didn't light up last time. Because before, the connectors were perfectly fine. So I don't even know where that connector is right now. That's not good because I don't want to build another one. So that's it. That's all. I'm good with this right now. I'm going to call it a night because it's been a day. So I might work on it later when I have time. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I will be traveling and hanging out in the mighty Sudbury. Thursday, Friday, I'll be at a cottage through the weekend because it'll be a long weekend. And then I'll be back 1 week and then off to Montreal. So I only have the 1 week to actually work on this. And so I'm not going to focus on the lighting right now. The lighting is working. And I'm going to be focusing on getting the trains moving. The trains will run on time. Not to bring some historical context in this. The trains will run on time. It's been, I'm trying to get it alleviated in my mind right now, what I want to do and what I need to do. And it's been something. You saw my old videos months ago when I was working on the train. I have it, it's right over there. I rebuilt a brand new one with pickups that were supposed to work better, but they don't. So I have to work on that. And I probably will just go back to just wire instead of these pickups, which is unfortunate because the wires get mangled. But for the show, I got 1 week to get it done. So, and I will bring spare wire, thankfully, and spare connectors to Brickomania or into Montreal, because I will be there for a week and I can probably do some stuff there. But that's it. That's all. I am gonna call it a night. I'm tired about this, and I'm tired of thinking about it right now. So I'm going to bed. Everybody out there, stay safe, take care, and I will talk to you. Oh, one more thing before I go. I don't do this enough. I watch my people who have their own YouTube channels and millions of subscribers, and I'm not doing this for subscribers, by the way. This is just because I should do this more. I do thank you for being here, and I think it's I do appreciate it, and I think it's wonderful. Don't tell your friends if you don't want to. Do not subscribe if you don't want to. Do not like if you don't want to. I'm not here for the likes and subscribes. I'm here for people who want to be here. But that you want to be here, I'm very happy about that, and I do appreciate that. So I'm going to keep on doing this, whether I have 1 subscriber or 1,000 subscribers. And but I don't want you guys to think I don't appreciate you guys watching these videos. So that's it. I'm going to call it a day. I'm getting too mushy. You guys all stay safe, take care, and I will talk to you soon.